Hurricane Kirk is causing rip currents and swells, which may lead to many deaths. Today, we are going to discuss the causes of Hurricane Kirk, its consequences, and its forecasts. Make sure to watch till the end. Hurricane Kirk has quickly proven itself as a dangerous opponent. Starting as a tropical depression in early October 2024, it quickly strengthened and was classified as a Category 1 hurricane on October 1st, with winds reaching 75 miles per hour. But just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, it grew into a Category 3 hurricane with gusts of 120 miles per hour within one day. And by October 3rd, it had intensified into a Category 4 hurricane with gusts to 130 miles per hour. The big storm was moving around 1,085 miles, 1,745 kilometers, east-northeast of the Northern Leeward Islands, with winds reaching 130 miles per hour. Hurricane Kirk has intensified into a Category 4 storm, spinning roughly 1,085 miles east-northeast of the Northern Leeward Islands, and 1,655 miles southwest of the Azores. With winds gusting as high as 130 miles per hour, Kirk is moving northwest at 12 miles per hour. Hurricane Kirk may be moving away from the United States, but it is still creating waves. Swells from this catastrophic Category 4 storm are already moving westward and are expected to impact the Leeward Islands on Friday, Bermuda, and the Greater Antilles on Saturday, and the United States East Coast and the Bahamas on Sunday. These waves may produce dangerous surf and rip currents, so beachgoers should use caution. Even if Kirk's predicted path is to the western coast of France, the United States East Coast is not immune to hazardous surf conditions. Kirk is a Category 4 on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale, so don't underestimate this storm. The storm's expanding size and strength are causing enormous ocean swells far and wide. According to the National Hurricane Center, the Azores will also be affected by the storm by Monday. Kirk is forecast to move across Spain, where severe rainfall and instability in the west and north might cause flooding, property damage, and agricultural loss. These weather conditions, especially in susceptible places like Galicia and Asturias, might pose hazards to human life and undermine local economies depending on agriculture and tourism. The wind shear near Kirk is forecast to increase, indicating that the hurricane will diminish to a tropical storm soon. According to the National Hurricane Center, NHC, increased shear and dry air in the next few days may disrupt Kirk's convective structure, resulting in progressive weakening through Saturday. By early next week, the weakness is projected to be more consistent. Kirk is anticipated to lose its tropical characteristics and become a powerful extratropical cyclone as it crosses cooler waters and enters a different atmospheric environment known as baroclinic. While these storms rage in the Atlantic, rescuers in the United States Southeast are still hunting for missing individuals following Hurricane Helene's devastation last week. But what factors lead to such a big hurricane? Well, Hurricane Kirk formed from a combination of typical hurricane-forming conditions. Warm Atlantic waters, surpassing 27 degrees Celsius, supplied the energy required to feed the storm. Low wind shear allowed its structure to remain intact, because when a hurricane encounters high wind shear, the storm's structure is disrupted. The wind can tilt the storm's vertical column, separating the thunderstorms and preventing warm, moist air from rising and feeding the system. This process weakens the hurricane because it disrupts its center circulation, making it difficult for the storm to sustain its strength and organization. Furthermore, the presence of moist air and atmospheric instability aided in the creation of thunderstorms, which intensified the system. Together, these elements aided Kirk's development into a major hurricane. Kirk is presently a Category 4 hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean. But the good news is that it is likely to diminish this weekend and stay away from land, according to the Miami-based National Hurricane Center. So, while Kirk may be fierce, it appears that it will not cause any problems for coastal areas. But Kirk isn't the only one making waves. Tropical Storm Leslie formed late Wednesday in the eastern Atlantic and is projected to intensify into a hurricane by Friday. Fortunately, it is not endangering any land yet. Leslie was spinning approximately 580 miles west-southwest of the southernmost tip of the Cabo Verde Islands, with winds gusting to 50 miles per hour. As for the forecasts, they believe the storm isn't over yet. It is predicted to make a quick turn north, then north-northeast, and pick up speed during the weekend. Furthermore, it is possible that it will become even stronger during the next day or so. Hurricane Kirk has been going through an eyewall replacement cycle, which is as intense as it sounds. This is how it works. Hurricanes, particularly strong ones like Kirk, can form a secondary eyewall that surrounds the original one. The secondary eyewall gradually tightens and contracts, eventually replacing the original eyewall. This may appear to be a simple switch, but it can have a significant impact on the magnitude and power of the hurricane. In Kirk's case, the inner eyewall is still holding strong, but a sneaky second eyewall is emerging, which normally leads to the storm expanding and intensifying in the short term. While Kirk's winds are still closely packed around its core for the time being, this eyewall replacement cycle may allow it to grow in size, although not necessarily in severity, as storms sometimes lose strength following this cycle. Hurricane Kirk is leaving its impact during a difficult hurricane season, particularly in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, which tragically killed at least 215 people across 6 states. While Kirk is predicted to continue over the open Atlantic, its effects may be noticed on the United States East Coast by Sunday. High winds and rough seas may disrupt shipping routes in the Atlantic, causing delays and risks to ships in their path. Coastal locations, even if not directly affected, may experience isolated flooding owing to heavy surf. Power outages and damaged trees are expected if the storm impacts more populated areas, especially with winds reaching hurricane force levels at sea. While Kirk may not directly impact major population centers, rip currents and huge swells at coasts can cause drownings or accidents. Rescue workers will be on high alert to prevent casualties. However, dangerous practices such as surfing or diving in unsuitable conditions might still result in fatalities. People in affected areas, especially low-lying coastal towns, may experience temporary displacement due to floods or home damage. Coastal regions like Bermuda, the Bahamas, and the Leeward Islands rely significantly on tourism. Large waves, coastal erosion, and potential damage to infrastructure like resorts, airports, and ports can all generate considerable income losses. Tourists may cancel trips, resulting in short-term and long-term drops in tourist revenue. Do you think climate change led to this hurricane? Will it intensify or get weaker as days pass by? Will it affect the people emotionally or physically? Will the country's economy and infrastructure be affected? Do let us know your valuable thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and press the notification bell so that you can be the first to watch our new video. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. See you in the next video.